What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling? How you doing? It's your boy J Pack, your cousin, your player partner, all that good shit, man. Welcome back to the JVY podcast. First and foremost, y'all know me. I take these hiatus sometimes just to clear my head, to handle life outside of the pod, because there's a lot of moving pieces right now. My girlfriend just left a few days ago. She came to visit your boy, and I had some fun with her. She met the family, some of them, but we're going to get into that another point, another time. Work is going good. Family's doing okay. We're doing all right. The friends are doing good. Everybody's just out here doing what they got to do. And I want to extend a happy 2023 to everybody. I know it's been a few weeks since we rolled in the new year, but I hope everyone has been able to start off the new year in the way that they want to. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to this pod, I'm gonna have a few episodes back to back to back. I don't know how many I'm gonna do. I'm not going to tell y'all how many. Just know when I post them on the JVY podcast official page, which you should follow. When I post them on my regular Instagram _JVLIL and on my other social medias, if I decide to do so, just be ready for that. All right, just be ready. Keep your eyes and ears open. Just be ready for everything. I'm also working on 2 different angles, so y'all can't see it on this side over here. I don't know which one is going to go up on a platform, but I am looking at 2 different angles right now, so it looks really crazy. I'm just breaking my neck, but just trying something a little different, and also getting back to the shit that I really want to encompass or accomplish rather for this podcast. So y'all mind me as well. I have a little bit of some sinus shit, a little bit of a head sniffle and cough, a little dry cough and whatnot. So if that just so happens to happen multiple times during this episode, please do not hold it against me. I will make sure that I give y'all 100,000,000,000% of your boy. Okay, so with that being said, this episode is one of those where I kind of want to get into that quote unquote philosophical shit, but nothing to where it drives you away, nothing to where it bores you, nothing to where it just, not give a damn. But it's a question that I've always asked everyone else around me, especially as of recently. I asked the homies this sometimes, I've asked my lady this sometimes, I've asked the family, this sometimes, but I never really got a chance to ask myself this question. And with this, after I ask it, I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it while, we're sharing this moment here. I'll make sure to leave a Q&A or a poll up on my Anchor page, anchor.com/Jalil Pack, if you want to follow the podcast there, or my Instagram. Whenever I post it, whenever I put a poll up on the podcast page, I want you all to think about this question and then give me some feedback on what it is that you might need for yourselves. Because although it's 2023, and I'm going to take this from the Rory Amal podcast, 2020 me, right? We know that every year is supposed to be our year, but I feel like this year specifically, we have to focus more on not just those around us and the ones that we love and care about, but also focus and hone in on what it is that we have to do, right? So the question is, what is it that you need? I'm going to take a few seconds and just give you some silence and really think about it. You don't have to tell. You can say it out loud wherever you're at. I don't give a damn. You do what you want to do. But I'm going to ask myself that. I'm going to ask it again. So, what is it that you need? I feel like it's very important for us to ask that. Especially those who consider themselves people. I consider myself a people person, I would say so. I want everybody to feel good. I want everybody to feel some happiness in their lives, whether I caused it or someone else caused it, whatever the case may be. I want everybody to be happy at some point in time. And I think for me, there are a few things that I need. There are a lot of things that I want, things that I can grab, things that are very tangible that I can hold in my hands, that I can get at any point in time that I want. But when we really think about it, what is it that we need to elevate what it is that we're trying to do, to push us to that place where we know that we can be better? So I think the first thing that I need is to let go of any fear and doubt. And I know these sound like resolutions. They are, in a sense, but I'm not going to the point where I'm telling you exactly what the hell I'm about to do next, because that will be very, very different from anything I'm trying to progress. So first off, I want to get rid of any fear or any stress or fear of rejection, right? I come from a city where it shouldn't be as cutthroat, because Charlotte should not be as cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like in a place that helped mold and guide me into the man that I am now, I shouldn't have any of this fear of being myself. There should be no fear in that. But I think what it is like, if I don't venture out and see what is beyond here, beyond home, I feel like I'll get stagnant. And I don't want to become stagnant in anything I do. But that fear of people not really enjoying the shit, or not opening a door for me to walk through, let alone me being in my head about certain things, that's what I want to get rid of. I'm an overthinker by heart, by trait rather. So I'm going to do that regardless. But I feel like the fear of an environment, not 99% of it, but a good percentage of the people who I've come across, who I've talked to, who I've, connected with, they know who I am. There's a good majority of people here who have literally seen me grow up. Now, on one hand, I think a lot of people don't want people in the hometown or wherever you are to grow, because they've seen all of what they've seen when it comes to you. So anything you do differently is going to be questions. On the other hand, I still feel like a good half of those people who have seen me grow up, who have seen me in classrooms and on stages, on cameras when it came to acting auditions or music auditions or anything that I've done, I feel like they would want me to progress, but I'm also standing in the way of myself, right? I shouldn't care about everyone else's perception of what it is that I do. Like, I really want to care about what it is that I'm doing. I really want to get out of my way, because while this is my gift, it's God who gave it to me. It's my grandmother teaching me how to read that led me to know how to read music and read poetry, read books, writing and shit. It was my parents who introduced me to the music early that got me into the places that I've gotten to. Right? It's the support system around me that keeps me moving. But if I'm standing in the way of that, of myself, it shouldn't be on anyone else but me. Right? So letting go of the fear and letting it consume me, and also the rejection of it. I don't know why I get so bent up by rejection, because a lot of the stuff that I do, I don't give that much of a fuck about everybody liking it, but I do want people to like my shit, right? We all say we artists, we sensitive about our shit. But if I carry a I don't give a fuck mentality when it comes to the entire population, why should I care when a small percentage of that doesn't like what I do? Do you see what I'm saying? So I feel like the first step would be letting that go. It's going to take time. I'm not expecting it to happen tomorrow. I'm really not expecting it to happen at the drop of a dime, at the snap of a finger, because it's not that simple. I feel like writing down what it is that I want, which I do. I do have a whiteboard right here You know, I do have notebooks full of things that I've always wanted to do. I have the Google Documents with things that I really want to do. I just got to take that step forward. And now coming into 26, shout out to all the people that's turning 26. You know, we ain't babies no more, but we still making it. Coming into 26, I shouldn't have a fear of loving someone. You know what I'm saying? Like with my girlfriend, like I always had a fear of really loving somebody at the best capacity that I could, and them doing the same thing for me. So I shouldn't have a fear of loving somebody. I shouldn't have a fear of recording this podcast. I shouldn't have a fear of, you know, going to work every day and somebody not liking me because of how I dress or some shit like that. So if I shouldn't worry about everyone else, why am I worried about what I'm going to do? I'm worried sometimes I'm worried of the fact that I may not do the best that I think I should or that I know I should. But I've also come to the realization that life ain't about being the fucking best. You know? Because even the most successful, prolific people still got somebody to help them, and they can lean back on somebody and give them some type of guidance. And I got a shit ton of guidance. I just don't utilize it. That's the most difficult part about me. I'm not afraid of doing what it is I gotta do, but I am so scared of reaching out because I don't want to seem helpless. Letting the fear go and letting that sense of, yo, I'm gonna feel helpless, I'm gonna feel like I can't do shit or I'm incompetent. That's the first thing that I want to let go of. That's what I need. I need to let go of that. I want to let go of that. I have to let go of that. So that's the first thing. Damn, there's a lot there's a few things that I do need, but you know what? I'm going to take in his segments in between these episodes, right? So like how I used to do back in season 3 or 4, we're going to have segments. So I'm going to hit you with a part 1, a part 2, and a part 3. So I'll be right back, but please enjoy these words from the sponsors. Enjoy these commercials, whatever we got going on. You've not tuned in, and stay tuned in to the JVY podcast. I'll be right back. All right? Yep.
So stop what you're doing. Don't touch that dial. Don't touch that skip button. Don't touch nothing. You know why? Because this is your podcaster's favorite underground podcaster, your favorite poet, your favorite musician, your favorite entertainer, Mr. Jalil Pack, Mr. JVY. And we're coming right back to you with some more of that good shit from the JVY podcast. So listen, keep it locked. Enjoy this next song of the day. Enjoy some of these announcements. And let's go ahead and keep it rocking and moving. All you got to do is follow all social medias and stay up to tune with every episode dropping after this. I'll see y'all on the flip. Yeet, yeet.
Are back. Welcome back to the JVY podcast. I hope that you had a good little break. I hope you got your water and your fruits and vegetables and shit, man. But welcome back. So we're going to hop right into the second thing that I specifically need when it comes to me. I would say the second thing is patience. I've realized that we live in an age where we want everything to be so quick, right? We want the things that we see on Instagram when it comes to the people that we follow, whether it be famous influencers, athletes, musicians, actors, all of these things, people who went to school with us, maybe parents, they may be married, all of these different things. And we never really give ourselves the time to exist in our own space. Excuse me. For me specifically, I would say I'm a patient guy, but there have been points where I would see this entertainer, this creative doing something, and I'm like, shit, I'm not even close to that, right? Sometimes I would think, bro, I'm not even close to where I think I should be when it comes to where I know I can be. It is because I never gave myself enough patience to do so. So I've always been taught that patience is a virtue, but I also believe in never waiting too long, because that turns into the whole procrastination thing, and then procrastination is the killer of most dreams, I would say. I know for me, I was always nervous of doing visuals when it came to the podcast, because I just wanted the people to hear my voice first. That wasn't up until, I think that was season 3. Yeah, I think that was season 3. A little bit of season 4 as well, when my homie, one of my brothers, Sterling Harris, when he came in and helped me with the visual aspect. I learned more about different angles. I learned about lighting, when they came and I taught myself this, but knowing how to pan the audio segment and the visual segment to where the words match, not overlapping and being crazy, not looking too crazy, but to where everything fit in alignment. And I think now I want to have as much patience as I do with having as much drive as I want, if that makes sense. Like, the amount of patience I have, I want that to be at the same tenacity and same level as I would when it comes to wanting to drive. Because I have all of these things, like I mentioned in the last time, and I have a lot of these ideas, a lot of these things that I want to do, but I never put the fire to my own feet. I've always looked at how other people did things and was like, damn, that'd be cool to do. I wish I could do this like such and such, or I wish I could do this like such and such. And I don't think about how many people might be affected by what I do, and it'd be the same exact thing, right? I will relate this to music. When I started drumming as a kid, my whole thing was wanting to perform on a stage. But every musician knows, before you hop on that stage, it's a little bit of artist development, musician development, being comfortable with the fact that you're going to be on a stage performing with other people to entertain another mass of other people. And for me, I want to take that same, not innocence, because as a kid that was pure innocence, but I want to take that same push of, oh, okay, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I gotta practice. I gotta sit back and sharpen my knives before I get in the kitchen and start cooking. I gotta make sure that when I get to this point, I remember everything that happened before that. So when I do get to this point of actually doing something, creating, hopping in and taking over in the ways that I want to, it works. That's exactly what I want. I want the shit to work the first time. What happens with me is I always think that it's supposed to happen right then and there. I forget the fact that I'm going to not even fail, but it's not going to be crystal clear. Crystal clear. It's not going to be all the way polished. It's not going to be as perfect as I assume it's going to be. Because perfection is nice. It's nice to have everything perfect and aligned, but even some of the most perfect shit has flaws. Even with myself, I'm not a perfect person. I don't like to be put up on a pedestal. I don't like to be put at this higher whatever, because I'm just human. That's why I don't like a lot of celebrity shit, because we as consumers, some of us put like the celebrities at these high plateaus and expect perfection. And we think that this shit happened overnight. But you never know, this person started in a basement or in their room with a mic just like I have. While yes, I have 6 seasons in, let me clear this up. While yes, I have 6 seasons in, I'm still comfortable doing this in my room. The difference is, it's my place. So when I started the podcast, it was just my phone in my parents' house, in my childhood bedroom, in my practice room where my drums were. Now I made it to my own place. I got a mic, I got this ring light, I got a camera right here, I got this platform that I'm using. I have something that I can finally call my own. It doesn't have to be a studio. It doesn't have to be a big fancy ass building. I don't need to have a bunch of surround proof on my walls. I would love that. Trust me, I would love that. But working with what I've got and where I've gotten to, there's no telling what it is that's next. So teaching myself more of that patience is what I need. Right? I don't want to have everything to rush. Now, that's going to be a little ironic because I have so many things that I've done in 3 years of this entity, almost 4. Because some shows end around 6 seasons. Some platforms crumble after 6 seasons. I don't plan on crumbling. I don't plan on stopping. I do seasons because I want y'all to see the growth. I want to see the growth in myself. So me saying like, yo, I want patience, that also ties in with peace. I'm at peace knowing that things are going to take time. I'm at peace knowing that the way that I move about things are going to be very different from the next person. The way that I enunciate or articulate is going to be very different from somebody else. I'm okay with patience. I'm okay with timing. I'm not okay with waiting too long to where I'm not doing something. So I want to throw that out the window of waiting too long. I'm not getting any younger. And that's the scary part about it. I'm not getting any younger. Shit is getting older, but shit is also getting newer. I'll replay that whenever you got the chance to. But I don't want to wait any longer for things to happen when I can make them happen.
It's the JVY podcast, boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Y'all are here. This is the final part of this episode. And I know it's going to sound very cliche on what it is that I'm talking about specifically. But in all actuality, y'all, I think the last thing that I need is peace. Now, I know us as a people, we haven't had as much peace because everybody has had a say on what it is that we do or how we walk and talk and maneuver as a people. And I know for me, whether it be as of recently, over the last few years or so, I've always been a person that thinks hella hard and feels hella deep into everything that I do. It doesn't have to be personal shit. It can just be worldly shit. Like, for instance, I think I was a kid, a teenager. I think that was my freshman year of high school. And he said the world was ending in 2012. I can recall my grandmother saying, like, boy, come on, get out this house. Stop watching the TV so much. You can't believe everything you hear. I went through that whole day petrified. Like, oh shit, we gonna die. We going to the grocery store and everybody just living. Like, we just about to up and leave this bitch. Like, it's about to be over. But now that I think about certain things that are happening, like personal shit that I'm not going to share with the public because I am a very private person. Things that I might not share with my family that I would share with my girlfriend or vice versa. And also things that I'm not honest about with myself. I feel like I just need peace. Like, I'm at peace by myself. Like, I enjoy my alone time. Anybody who knows me knows, like, yo, if Jalil is at the crib, 9 times out of the 10, he's working, he's recording, he's potting, he's writing something, or he's just watching a movie, or bro might be asleep. And I feel like overall peace is what would be good for me. I've never given myself the benefit of the doubt of being at peace, because being by myself is like, I feel like that's fucking peaceful. Like there's nothing else that I can ask for in those moments and times. But to actually call it peace, I've never done that. That's what I want. I want peace. Not just for me, for my family, for my close friends, the ones that I still talk to, not ones that knew me from this point and we don't talk anymore. I'm talking about the ones that I still have around me. When it comes to my relationship, I want peace with that. It's not going to be bubblegum drops and rainbows and shit. I'm not expecting that. But I know that I can find peace and solace in this person. I want them to have that same thing when it comes to me. There are certain things that I've realized over the last few months that I cannot control whatsoever. And that shit sucks, because there's certain circumstances that I don't want to happen. I don't want to come to terms with certain things that are happening right now, or things that don't happen in the future, things that happened in the past. I'm just generally speaking. But finding peace is the one thing that I feel like I need the most. And that in less than a month or so, I'm going to be 26 fucking years old. I'm getting older. Shit is getting a little different. I either have to understand that life is a really weird thing and we keep moving and pushing, or I just sit and try to blank away from reality. I've always been a person that's in my head. Like, I always think of certain things in different scenarios, and I'm not proud to admit it, but sometimes I've sat back and replayed an argument and thought about what was the best response that I could have gave. Like certain things like that. Ultimately, though, I just want peace. And it's not just for myself or the people that I mentioned a few minutes ago, but it's also for y'all as the audience. At any point in this podcast, whether I was pro-black, where I'm talking about love, where I'm reading and reciting my poetry and breaking that shit down for whoever listened, that's the peace that I have within myself. And so sharing that with y'all, relaying that to y'all, that's what brings me peace. But the peace that I'm looking for is bigger than just the surface. It's deeper than the surface. So that's what I need. So over these 3 segments, I hope that for whoever is new to this, I hope that you've learned a little more about the things that I need. Again, I didn't get too personal with my shit. You see, I didn't get too personal. That's because I learned that not everyone needs to know everything. It's the element of wonder. I'm this person that y'all see on TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat and wherever else you see me on the interwebs. And I'm going along with the trends, or I'm talking about something that deeply impacts me, even with this podcast. But you're not gonna know everything unless I give you the opportunity to learn it. And with this question of what do you need, ask yourself that. When you have a significant other or a close friend or a close family member or somebody, and they always talk about what they want and what they like, it's like, yes, I get that, but what is it that you need? What are the things that you need from me? It doesn't have to be materialistic. It may not be physical. Sometimes it may be a mental thing, a physical thing. It may be something that they don't know what they need right then in that moment because they put everyone else above themselves. You, the listener, may put yourself at the end of the line and put everyone else above you. And I'm talking from a perspective of I'm the person that always does that. But now is the time to ask yourself, what is it that you need to keep pushing? What is it that you need for your solitude, for your mindset, for you to feel like I can keep doing this shit? Now, mind y'all, not every episode is going to be this deep and quiet, but it is something to think about. I think it's the time of putting self first. That's what needs to happen. We can worry about everything else later. Right now, we worry about what it is that we control, basing it off what we need. Whatever else is obsolete, throw that shit to the side, trim the fat, get right to the point. It's a yay or a nay. Hey, I need this for myself, or hey, this shit ain't working, I need something different. Don't let anybody try to tell you that what you need for yourself isn't important. Anybody who tries to tell you that your self-worth or your self-growth or whatever it may be is less important than their shit, go ahead and drop it. So I hope you learned something, not just about me, but about yourself. As always, I want everybody to like, to comment, to subscribe to the youtube.com/JalilPack. Subscribe to this podcast wherever you can find the JVY podcast, the JVY podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to it. Leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, right here on Spotify. I would love to read what it is that you all think about this podcast. After 6 seasons, or after 5 seasons going into this one, I feel like the care that I have, this is my baby. You know, I want this to, when I look back, I want this to be something that helped somebody. That you heard an actual conversation about some actual shit that could be impactful. Not something where, you know, I'm just talking a bunch of shit, or that this is this and that is that and my opinion is da-da-da, your opinion is wrong. No, I'm very opinionated, but I also know when to be quiet, sit back and shut the fuck up. That's what we need. That's what the world needs, for people to sit back, listen sometimes, and sometimes shut the fuck up. But think about what you need for yourself. And as always, like I say on my Snapchat, be safe, easy, and positive. Drink your water, eat your fruits and vegetables. You know, rest in peace to everybody we've lost to COVID-19, to other factors of the world, to police brutality, you know, to a lot of shit, man. And for those that are still walking and still here, try to enjoy the ones around you and enjoy yourself. And it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. That ain't what people call you all the time. It's what you answer to. Don't give anybody else the ammunition to shoot you with. As long as you know yourself, nothing else matters. So, until the next episode, stay easy, stay great, continue to be you, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Yeet, yeet.
Yeet, yeet, yeet.